In the meantime, with me and Dave, episode 16, Feel the Bentley, with your special guest, Kaseem Bentley, and stand-up comedy by Sean Mckenzie.
Alright, ready? Alright, and we're back. Alright, this is great. It's the first show of 2016. Woo! That's right, 2016. We are here, back in the kitchen. Before I go any further, I want to make a public apology on behalf of In the Meantime with me and Dave. It looks like our guest last week, the real Santa Claus, might not have been the real Santa Claus, nor the real Thomas Mayfield. We did a little research and found out that that may not have been him. So we're going to get to the bottom of it and address it on possibly our next episode. But today's episode is awesome. First episode of 2016. We have an actual legitimate guest who is who he says he is. Comedian Kaseem Bentley, voted one of the best comedians, if not the best comedian in the Bay Area by the SF Weekly and other free magazines that have hooker advertisements in the back of them. Also, we have a comedian who lives just a few blocks away, Sean Mckenzie, very funny guy who will be in here in this very kitchen, and we're looking forward to that. And we of course have the Ask Me and Dave segment, where all of you who send me questions like to be complete total fucking dicks. So I'm looking forward to asking or answering those questions. And yeah, but now is everybody's favorite time of the show, the monologue. All right. Before I go any further with the monologue, I saw the movie The Hateful Eight not once but twice. In case you didn't notice, last week's episode was called The Eightful Hate. That was a little play on words for those of you who can't keep up with shit. Yeah, so I saw it even before last week, but I didn't talk about it or anything, so I wanted to see it again and make sure I had a clear, good view and good rounded out opinion of the movie. And I found the movie to be quite compelling. Nothing brings people of all colors together in one room enjoying life like a Quentin Tarantino movie with a main character who's black killing a bunch of white people who say the N-word over and over. Onward with the monologue here this week. We've got jokes. Seems like today sports fans are out of control. Seems like every white guy in a sports jersey is thinking to himself, damn, I wish I could get these black men to work harder for me.
Fuck you!
A lot of these jokes are about race this week, it seems like. Looks like my writer was I mean, you have any problem with racism in comedy?
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're a POC.
It's POC, JR.
It's what us white people like to call people of color.
I don't understand. Well, I mostly get called white, so either way, we're good. I know I don't look, I mean, I sound white, alright? That's what my black friends call me. They sound, you know, whatever. I'm not going to defend. I sound white, therefore I must be white. That's what most my black friends say that I am. But also, when I get pulled over, the cops don't know if I'm into heavy metal or jihad based on my level of length in my beard. Therefore, they have to double check my identity with the FBI database, make sure I am who I say I am. I make the cops call the cops. That's blacker than black. Alright. Christian pro-lifers seem to be saying themselves today, wow, Black Lives Matter in the sheets, cops' lives matter in the streets. Another race joke, it seems like. All in honor of our guest, Kaseem Bentley. Bruh. When I hear that prescription drugs kill thousands every year, I think, wow, that's a lot of Jeff Dunham seats that still get filled. That's a little Jeff Dunham joke, he's the puppet guy. Looks like I'm going to go to Texas soon and walk around with my cock out and tell cops, oh, it's okay, officer, I'm open compensating. Get that? Just, you know, overcompensating, open compensating. Alright, President Obama will be giving his State of the Union speech on TV soon, or as conservatives like to call it, a vagrant peeping into their homes. And that is your monologue for this week, and in the trash it goes, and I gotta remember to stop doing that because that's my phone. Alright, well that's that. We're done with the monologue. Onward with the show and Ask Me and Dave segment starting now. And we're back with the Ask Me and Dave segment, where again, questions from all over the country. Such wonderful questions from all you smart people. First question for Ask Me and Dave, we got, are you ever going to do anything to improve your shitty show?
Is this from your mom?
Barry. No, this is from Barry in Washington, D.C. And yeah, as you can hear, our guest from today. Kaseem Bentley is
That's such a personal-ass question.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where we get these questions, but
That was really
we
good.
are improving our show today. We have a legitimate guest.
Black person.
Yeah. He's
black people make everything better.
Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? Things are improving already. Okay? Yeah. So, fuck you, Barry in Washington, D.C. All right. Next question. What are your 2016 resolutions? This comes from Hannah in Cincinnati, Ohio. I haven't really thought about it. Don't really have any resolutions. I guess just stay sober. I mean, yeah, my life's great. I maybe try to come this year while having sex. That's I guess that's a good goal to aim for. I would say improve comedy, but really I like telling jokes to bomb more than anything else. All right.
Is that the order you want to go in? Do you want to stay sober,
stay sober,
come, and then be better at comedy? Because you do comedy more than coming.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you got a good point.
Or you could come on stage.
It means having to take my dick out, and I like my dick where it is in the pants.
I mean, all right. Well, yeah, good, because that's why I like a Charlie Ballard closer.
Yeah. I've seen Charlie Ballard, another horrible comedian in the Bay Area. All right, last question comes from Damien in Seattle, Washington. Being a sober comedian seems stupid unless you are successful. Why are you sober?
Who are these? Are they like 14-year-olds?
These are.
You kind of play Xbox Live and call people niggers? What is this?
I think just JR, my producer.
He's the one that writes all these.
I think he writes these questions.
I think he just puts up different Google account and he's sending these in.
Pretty much.
Because he hasn't made one facial expression, even the most harshest question. But everything else he was talking, he's been giggling all day.
Well, why I'm sober is because being a drug addict while being a comedian. Well, the fact is, I'm a comedian now. I'm a aspiring comedian. And
you are a comedian.
I'm a comedian, but thank you, Kaseem. But I think ultimately the best thing about being a comedian is that if I ever decide to kill myself, no one will question why, because comedians who kill themselves, they're like, oh, he was a stand-up comedian. That's
and they always look better in the eyes of the comedian.
Suicide makes sense when you're a stand-up comedian. It's probably the best reason. But I stay sober because really everybody just kept giving me a lot of shit. It ruined my high to be around so many people that are just like, Dave, I think you have a problem. And my problem was being around other people while high. If I could be high and not have to be around other people, be drunk, all that kind of shit, and occasionally have a woman shipped in to do drugs with me, and I didn't have to work, and I didn't have to bathe, and I didn't have to do anything. Just if I could just be a person in a trough room somewhere, they just feed me drugs and alcohol and food, and have a comfortable place to shit and piss. And occasionally have sex. I probably would come.
I think the answer is starting a podcast.
No, podcast. I've done podcasts. That didn't bring all that. That's actually when I was getting wasted.
You do a one-man show?
No, it's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, I mean, anyway. But why do I stay sober? It's mainly to make all of you other motherfuckers leave me the fuck alone, and just to get along. Gotta get along. It's a shitty world like that. All right, so that's the end of the Ask Me Dave segment. On to our guest of today, Cassim Bentley.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't fucking lose. Let us know if the thing cuts out on us. All right. So, all right, we're back. We're here with an actual guest, legitimate guest this fucking time. We've been having a wonderful afternoon discussing everything from. What were we talking about involving drugs to, I wish we could have filmed all of our discussion right here. It's been a wonderful discussion from drugs to benefits of not coming when one is having coitus or even just withholding from masturbating. But we're on to the interview. We have SF Weekly, I don't know what they exactly called you, but this is one of the best, in my opinion, in a mean Dave, mean time opinion, he did.
I rushed. I got an Uber in
the West Oakland home
cold coffee.
In cold. It's not that cold.
It's like on
just
Christmas,
made some hot coffee.
This is cold as hell, dog.
Just made some hot coffee. That was old because we thought you were going to be here. We thought you were going to be here at 3:30, but we just made some too. We have one of the best comedians in the Bay Area, if not the best current comedian.
I'm right behind Joe Klosick.
This is Kaseem Bentley, everybody. So round of applause for Kaseem Bentley.
Sit down.
Right here.
Sit down, people.
And we have some questions for Kaseem. Kaseem is a noted comedian.
Yeah. Rabble rouser.
How long you been doing comedy now? It's going on 10 years, isn't it?
It's 9 and some change.
9 and some change. So he's going on 10 years, which is no easy feat, considering.
God, I just realized.
No.
I'm sitting in this goddamn.
So he's
a white guy with dreadlocks filming right now.
He's just starting to get good. Hey, nobody knows what my producer looks like.
Oh,
JR here. This is JR. So these questions are we were thought of this afternoon. Put a lot of thought into these. First question, and this is not exactly my question.
The donut farm.
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
It's probably a band. No, it's probably a band. The first question is: Cassim Bentley your real name?
Yes, it is.
See, I told you.
I don't know. People come up to me. It's mostly open micers, white guys who think they're brave enough to ask me a question. Right? It's like, is that your real name? Why would it be fake? Think about it. What they think or there's black comics who want to clown me.
In, JR,
they'll think that my name. Here's what the two scenarios I'll get. I'll get a ballsy white guy comic, usually like some douchebag, listen to Bill Burr and doesn't, and then
of course,
believe that when women get attacked, it's their fault or something. Like one of these people, and it's like is that your real name? And it's like because they've never met a black person with like an Arabic name and an English last name, and like as if like all black people walk around with Mustafa, Rafiq, Jamil or something, or Leroy, you know what I mean? And it's like that. Or there's a black comic always trying to bust your chops and be like, man, your name shouldn't be Kaseem, it should be Sean Austin, because I have a black white guy voice, and everything. Go fuck yourselves. My name is Kaseem Jamal Bentley.
Damn right.
K-A-S, if you get the bouncing ball, I gotta take this industrial light magic and add this there. K-A-S-E-E-M space J-A-M-A-L Bentley, B-E-N-T-L-E-Y. I'm named after my dad, Kaseem Sr.
I think people are just offended that it's your last name is also a nice car.
Yes.
Yeah, probably. That's
Which
the
is,
other thing.
Please stop with the dumb jokes. If any one of you guys, especially Dean Days fans or anyone who's on the internet late at night.
Yeah, a lot of dumb comics do watch this show.
Do not, please, as I say this as a man of peace, if you come up to me with a Bentley joke, I will throw hot coffee in your face.
Yeah, he's got
and
cold
I also
coffee now,
carry a small vial of battery acid, and I'll throw it on you and your girlfriend or your life partner. Because I don't care. I'm 30 years old. I've gotten this joke a million times. Do you think I own a Bentley? If I owned a Bentley, I wouldn't even be here right now. I would be tearing this whole neighborhood down, all right? And building the biggest IKEA you've ever seen, all right? So please, I took Bart here.
Yeah.
My life is not going
Yeah,
well.
we picked him up. No.
Yeah.
In a Hyundai.
And he kept
What is your car again? A Hyundai what?
Don't worry about that.
It's something. I want to say Spotify, but that's what it
There's
looks
no
like.
way.
Sonata. It was a Hyundai Sonata. I remember now.
That's damn, for the
Classy.
car, for the man on the rise. You know what I mean? It's like I think Richard Branson has a Sonata right there. It just rolls up.
All right, we've covered that. So next question. I think the last question kind of leads into this next question. In your opinion, how black are you?
I'm all the way black. Because here's the thing about it. See, here's the problem. They think that because my voice, right? I don't have a deep voice. I don't got no James Earl, I got 18 testicles voice, or I'm like the Allstate guy. I was born with this voice, right? Or the fact that I've had sex with some white women, all right? And they were, the usual, they were fat. And it's like, you think that, like, they'll start doing this thing, especially in the comedy world, they'll start, like, trying to assess your blackness, and white guys, stop doing that. Stop doing this thing where you take alternative black guys or guys who are nice to you in the scene. It's like, you're not really black, and start nudging him. He wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Think of the black guy at Starbucks. He don't give a fuck about your white ass. That is the most angry black guy because he has to serve white people and serve coffee and wear an apron. That is a trifecta of I hate everything.
There's a comedian I really respect who's newer in the last few years, Nicole Love.
Yeah, Nicole Love.
She has a great joke addressing this, is that you never know how black someone is until it's too late. That's yeah.
And that's how you get dragged on social media, and that's how you get dragged, and that's how it's like that guy who got punched in New York for saying nigga on stage. That's how you get fucked up. Quit this thing. Let black people live. We're getting shot every day. I don't know. I might get shot right now. There might be a new law like you can't be black on Sundays, and they will shoot me in the street, and no one will care. There's gonna be no hashtag. Quit doing this thing where you just assess people's blackness. Understand that we're all come in different shades. We're not a monolith, all right? And you just understand that we all have different voices. We have all different backgrounds. I'm black as fuck. I had my dad. He was a black nationalist, right? And he was a Muslim. And my dad, he liked white people, right? He was one of these. He wasn't.
I didn't know him, but yeah.
Oh no, it's like I just want to take a little war together.
Gonna take your word for
but
it.
it's just understanding like I came up in an era and time where like. I'm a child of. I grew up 77, but I was a child of really. I came up in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like a year older than you.
So you understand, like that's that time where it's like everyone is wearing medallions, everything, and that's how I kind of still really identify my.
People were scared of the Malcolm X movie.
Yeah. Like if you saw brothers walking around with the hats and the glasses, very, I mean, it's like they were very outward about their cultural allegiance. And that's how I see it. And so it's like when people even do that jokes, it's kind of hack right now to sit there. Just because I wear like formal business clothes, because I work a lot.
Yeah, it works.
But it's like this idea that I can't escape racism. You know what I mean? It's that whole thing where they think that every black person either has to be in street clothes or they gotta be walking around looking like Jim Brown with like with a kufi on his head, wearing a jacket made of hemp or some bullshit. Nah, man, understand. Like, I can still wear all this, talk like this, and want to kill every white person in America.
Yeah, I love
right? Don't edit that out.
Dude,
don't edit that out.
No, we're not. We're putting it on there. And I'm glad you brought it up, because that leads into our next question. This is rare. This is like, we didn't plan this. Next question. If racism didn't exist, would you still be doing comedy?
Hell yeah. If racism still didn't exist, do you still have all the other isms?
Such as?
I mean, you'd still have sexism, you still have ageism, you still have racism, sexism.
But I mean, some of your funniest material seems to stem from racism, I would imagine.
Yeah, or interactions with race, because I think that even though I'm thinking about, because of new
classism, probably too, yes.
Classism, which is so fun. That's funny, because I had 2 bits I shared that were running about that, where it's like, that seems to be the last thing that I think that, one of the last few things that will, like, I don't think we're going to cover as in my lifetime. Like, black people have a serious issue with classism, but Americans I think they're not aware of how much it affects us as a society. Just like right now, like just this week, right? You go on your social media, and the people are talking about making a murderer, right? And there are people going like, "Oh my God, this is crazy, man! The law is they do certain things for poor white people," and then everyone's all like, "Oh, they're sharing it and act like it's like this horrible thing." And black people are like, "I ain't watching that shit at all. I don't give a shit about poor white people." Guys, because this idea, okay, they're poor, they're getting arrested, it didn't work out for them. Tough titty, motherfucker. It's like, you know what I mean? Who cares? Classism is the thing that truly is one of those things that it doesn't get ever discussed, because the idea is that it's what's promoted to us. It's like the understanding, like, there's no middle class. There really isn't. I know that without having to do a lot of reading. I can already tell that. Because understand, it's just rich or poor. It's just rich or poor, and that's how we fight each other. And we have all these misguided ideas about what each is doing. And I think the idea that we have to start we have to look at is that we have to look at abolishing all class levels and understanding that, sure, they might have got, this person who's rich got away, whether it was criminal or if it was fair, fine, right? And if you're poor, let's all work together so everyone can just be on one even keel. You know what I mean? Because it's the saddest thing. Because I mean, we understand we're chasing this. We're just chasing this paper for nothing. Just so we can buy things we can't even take with us.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, take that with you as you go.
It's funny you said on New Year's, I went to go smoke outside of a comedy show before the comedy show, and there was a drunk white dude who immediately rolls up and starts talking to me in my personal space, just like face right in my face, and I'm smoking the cigar that I had, like blowing the smoke in his face to try and get him to back off.
And he just didn't care?
He wouldn't, no, he was that drunk, and he kept talking to me about how, and I don't know what gave him any sign that I wanted to hear this, but he goes, you know what, I'm tired of hearing the phrase white privilege. White privilege. It should actually be called white non-disadvantage. And I said, that's really funny, man. And then he proceeded to go on for 10 minutes about how much he loves Mexicans. He goes, I don't know if you're Mexican, but, and he kept talking to me about how much he respected him. And the fact is, for those 10 minutes, he didn't respect the very Mexican that was right in front of his fucking face, who didn't even want to talk to him. And so, yeah. So.
But I think the bigger thing that you missed here was
what?
You got an opportunity. I think he could have been your new writing partner.
No, I didn't like that joke. I didn't like that joke.
I think that was some gold he was giving you. He was giving you some real gold right there.
No, and he was in the audience of the comedy competition that I feel I was robbed from. Anyway, I think he might have been the guy.
I think this is why you're here where you're at, and he's probably out there.
I'm fine where I'm at, man.
I think I
know you don't like Oakland. I want to thank Kaseem also for coming to West Oakland.
Oh my God! You understand?
I didn't want to remind you.
I was on BART, sitting next to. Here's why I don't like taking BART, especially to Oakland. I always see future me, like right next to me, and there was this older brother. He had a pinstripe suit on, gray beard, and like a fedora, and he just looked like the saddest black man in America. Not because he's seen everything. He's seen the hoses. He's seen the Jerry curl. You know what I mean? He's seen Black Twitter. And he's ready to die. And I'm just looking at this old dude that smells like black and mild ashes and like thrift store dust. And he had one of those Chinese people carts. When you see him.
Yeah, well, you're a ways from that, man. You still got to.
I'm 5 years away from that. If I don't become a feature soon, I'm gonna be with a cart on BART. No, I'm not. Oh, God damn it!
Well, you didn't show up to the Comedy Central taping, but anyway, that being said,
you see how he does? Edit that out, dreadlock director.
We'll see about that. We'll see
POD manager.
Comedy Central requested to see him. POD manager, see, he knows his shit right there.
I'm full of white references. Follow me on Facebook.
Oh, he knows his shit. All right, next question. Actually, you alluded to this a little earlier. So again, once again, your next question: why do black men love big, beautiful white women so much?
This is what I was talking about, the learning annex. Let's understand this. It's okay. Here's what happens. Now, this is gonna be one of those points where it's gonna give okay, let's get into it. Because I was just talking about this not too long, because my mom was kind of like getting into me about like the fact that I've been with women that are not black, right? And some of them were big, right? But here's the thing about it. Yo man, pass me that circle thing right there. Okay, I'm gonna use it.
All right, good.
Well, I'm like Carrot Top.
Good man.
All right,
well,
so let's look at this. It's like the circle of whiteness.
Yeah.
It's right inside the circle of whiteness, right? Which is whoever is involved in it is gauged by white men, right? So if you want it to be pretty, it's always going to be a chisel faced white guy like John Hamm, right? And it's like some kind of like not Britney Spears, like a blonde white woman, right? So if you're outside, but in the outside on the periphery of it is brunettes, redheads, and then on the outside, right on the very outside, are fat white people. Because they're not thin, they're fat, or if you're ugly, you got big ears. Something weird going on. You're on the outside. Now, once you start bleeding on the outside, you're mixing with people of color. Getting
somewhere.
Like POD manager. He's way on the. He's got dreadlocks. He's got a beard. He's got curly
talking about
hair.
Our producer JR right there.
Oh my God, his whole body is like my dad doesn't call me, right? It's like sits there. It's like he's on the outside, and they're standing. Once you're on the outside, the beautiful thing about it, the whole circle inside the circle of whiteness. Not say they're bad people. It's just a lot of fallacies, so they can see and look inside of it and like.
Brought up another ism actually. My friend Luna Malbrew, who you also know.
Yeah,
Luna. She brought up one of the points of discrimination based on beauty. When that's kind of this, one of the things in this circle here.
Yeah, so when you're outside this circle of discrimination, you can see and look on the inside, it really normalizes you. Because if you're on the inside, you're really living this life, you're going to look at everyone that's less than. Now you're on the outside, right? Now, mind you, the thing about it is so many people get this thing happens where Like they never go back on the inside. It's like me on the outside of the concert. They're like tailgaters, you know what I mean? Just standing outside with a grill on top of F-150 and all that kind of stuff. Just sitting outside and they never get a ticket to go in. Yeah, it can be okay if you go back inside the game. I don't know what they do, but they're down with the music and all this kind of stuff, and then they get to know the people that never would get to know outside the game, and it's a good party. They got better food, they got the music, they dancing, they whipping nays and shit like that stuff, and then they meet the person, that one guy or woman, right? That they would never usually be with, right? And the thing about it is too, that person on the outside gets to meet, and you understand that it all works. It all fits, it all works. Of course you have cultural differences, and then you start fucking. And it's crazy, because you're excited.
And you don't have to come.
You don't. Oh, our director doesn't. He always comes late. He just lets you know that if you mess with him, he's gonna blow loads.
Loads all over.
Usually
the place,
in less than 5 minutes, but that's his choice because that's how much of a man he is.
Yeah.
He's like get it out, right? So, but that's what happens. They start, and I'm trying to tell you the thing about it. The reason why it happens and they stay together, it's amazing because interracial relationships aren't supposed to happen, right? They're not. They're not supposed to happen.
When you're told not to do something, it makes you want to do
it,
something.
and it makes it even better because you start understanding that how great a person's culture is or how they are, and once you start beating these odds and saying like, oh, we're together, black and white, you just feel great, and it's crazy, and that's why you see this. But then the other part of it is too. It's a weird thing happens too. Brothers will grow up with women of like a certain shape, big ass, big titties, right? And it's like it'd be like this. It's like if you grew up in a house, but you never dream of a studio apartment. You know what I mean? Kind of stuff. You want a house, so they want a house. This woman's built like a house. You know, she grew up in a house. You want to be in a house. You know what I'm saying? So here comes this White House. You know what I mean? Coming up to you, a big ass White House, same house you grew up in, you ran in, you messed up, you kicked stuff around, right? And it feels almost the same. It's just a white ass house, you know what I'm saying? With different carpeting, you know what I mean? And it's great. That is why you see these brothers walking around with these fat white women, because it's almost the same house, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're attainable, is what it sounds like.
It's attainable.
It's attainable. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
There you go.
So we got that, and then I got a couple other questions that'll be quick ones.
I shouldn't do this now. I feel like
last one. I take that off.
Fat slave.
Django and no Tarantino movie. A quick question here. What are your thoughts on Tarantino movies? As far as he's only used 5 of his 8 movies have white characters saying the N-word.
Tarantino.
Only 4 of those movies, because Jackie Brown, I don't think a white character says the N-word.
That was not edited. I'm pretty sure. I've never seen the uncut version. I'm pretty sure someone slipped on it like
Sam Jackson. It's mostly Sam Jackson and Pam Grier. But I did have an epiphany about this. Every white character in a Tarantino movie that said the N-word dies. It's like if you're a teenager who has sex in an 80s slasher film. If you're a white character in a Tarantino movie who says the N-word, you're gonna fucking die. Except for one guy, and that was Tarantino himself in Pulp Fiction. Yeah. And he had a black wife.
He had a wife, so he was dying slowly.
Blowing up. Yeah, there you go.
Because every white man that's lit up black woman,
blowing off steam.
No. And I love it. Here's a sidebar. I love it when I see these white men who are like with strong black women, and they don't do anything, and they're just dying every day because they never speak up for themselves. The only one I think about maybe like Bill Burr, someone like that. But the rest of them are good, and the reparations I love seeing, man. Because no one can stand up to a strong black woman. You know what I'm saying?
It's not easy.
But but here with Tarantino, here's the thing about this. It's like, you know what, even at this point, I think that it's so funny that I don't know if it's by his design or his PR team or how we just see him as kind of like a weirdo, so we don't give a fuck about it.
He grew up in Tennessee. So,
Tennessee?
Yeah, he was raised partially in Tennessee, in an area where, I mean, if you've ever been to parts of the South, there's like white folks.
You know why he got? I think
say the shit to each other.
I think why. You know why Tarantino never got blasted, right? Because he started. There was a point in like the aughts or late '90s. He was going out with this girl that was on Brandy's show, Moesha, and they were walking down the street. And I think she had braces then, and too. It was like one of those weird things where it's like.
She must have had nice feet.
You know what?
He loves his feet.
I'm pretty. You know what?
Yeah.
She did because it was some beach episode of Moesha, right? And she didn't have like regular black lady feet. What looked like they got hit with hammers and stuff, right? It was just like smooth. You know what I mean? Just like Asian girl feet.
You like
right?
big, nice feet from on a woman.
That's why I think it sounded like. I think black people just like at some point you can be fucked up enough as a white guy. You're like, let him rock, dog.
Yeah.
It's all right. Like it's like POD over here. It's like, dog. If I'm a Rasta, do I even want to bring it up to him? It's like I don't know. I know he had bad parents. You know what I mean? He got introduced to drugs.
He's a good dude. Good dude.
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw him on Megan's Law.
So there we go. So next question. Who has set black people back further, Barack Obama or Bill Cosby?
Shit. Here's I'm gonna say something a little controversial.
Oh, please do.
That's all I'm about.
Right, yeah.
Kaseem means controversial in Arabic.
Controversial Bentley.
That's my new name. That'll be my black comedy name.
Yeah.
Controversial. With a K. Controversial. Controversial. Here's what I'm saying. Bill, we all can say Bill got caught. Bill got caught out there. 50 plus women. He raped them all. All you guys on Hotep Twitter and Black Twitter and Black Shea Butter Twitter, he raped them, dog. Don't do this meme shit going on here where it's like free Bill. What? That's all you use when you got 1 like on Twitter and 3 on Instagram because you're trying to back a known black rape. It ain't got nothing to do with rape. He was drugging women. If he was older, he probably would have tried to drug Rosa Parks or some shit, dog. He was out here doing it. But here's the thing about it. But then on the other hand, he was raping white women. And he almost got away with it, dog. That's some amazing shit. A Negro worth $400 million was raping white women in the 80s and the 90s and the 70s. Look, man, I know that's not a Black History fact, but in some, we gotta put it somewhere in the books, dog. You know what I mean? It's some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Bill Cosby with those ugly sweaters, like going around and shit. Dog, I can't even get a white woman to give me the correct time. He was getting blowjobs from white women and raping them. Dog, look, I'm not applauding it, but I'm remembering it, Bill. You know what I'm saying? When you go to prison and you get a letter from K. Bentley, open that motherfucker, dog. I'm gonna send you some cigarettes. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna remember it. You gotta remember it. Now, who's worse for Black America? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say Barack Obama.
Wow.
Yeah. Send all letters to Kaseem Bentley at 1390 Marcus, Sweetboro, Ohio. It's like, because look what he's done, man. Barack Obama, it's not his fault. Because he's part white, so I'm blaming the white half on this, right? It's not the Kenyan half, right? Because he's a good runner, all right? Because he's probably going to win the Beta Breakers next year, right? It doesn't matter with no shoes on. As I understand it, he said, look, when he set up, now he's done some horrible things. Now people don't like saying this because he's all creamy, he's got this dark wife, he got them long-faced kids running around. Understanding, he had the drone strikes, right? Those drones killing innocent civilians in those other countries, in Arab countries, and just totally washed over that. Then we talked about Obamacare and all the promises, and we have all these people who are poor and destitute and need health care, all the complications they haven't fixed with that, and that's going to be something, will he do past his presidency, right? And then the bigger thing is, too, he was a cool-ass motherfucker. And, man, that's good. And look what happens. Look, he was a cool-ass, black-ass dude, man. Who was, who's only a figure. He's only a figurehead too. He's not running shit the way we think he is, all right? They get vetoed all the time. But the issue is that it's been crazy because there's been enough articles that have talked about in Obama America, all the racist events. It's been catastrophic. Not say it's bigger in the 50s and 60s, but in this era that we're in, to see the amount of police brutality, all the deaths that have not been publicly known, because you look at, there's been deaths in smaller cities and towns, and you won't find out until way later. And just a general feeling and attitude in America, it's not his fault, but it's America's fault and the government's fault to not understand, to recognize and help ensure the lives of Americans, but specifically black Americans, because you could see this now. Shit, man. Like, you can see the favoritism right now. You got 150 pale-faced, mayonnaise-looking, creamy-ass white men in Oregon, covered around a whole building. They haven't got a damn thing on him, right? A little boy with a BB gun that wasn't even firing got killed, and then they just let it go. I'm not saying it's because of Barack Obama. I'm saying we're living in an age where I think his legacy and that he's made for himself, it has made people who hate black people hate them more. Yeah. People who are on the fence even more. People who were Democrats to see that you have this man ascend to the highest of heights, make huge changes. We've seen Barack Obama in this last term. He ain't giving a fuck. He's even talking like he's talking some black shit. He said, if people want to pop off, you've never heard a president ever use slang. He sang Amazing Grace like a real ass black person. He plays basketball. He wore a pair of Yeezys last week, dog. Yeah.
He don't give a fuck now.
He's about to drop a mixtape.
Yeah.
All right, Barack Obama is at a level right now. He's extra black. So when you say that, I'm thinking, I really feel it doesn't even matter if Hillary or fucking Bernie. You know what I mean? I think that the effects of Barack Obama is going to have a lasting effect on Black America. And Bill's going to get off. Bill's worth $500 million. He got some of the best lawyers in town. And they only got this one woman. And you know how they deal with these rape charges. They're going to come in, they're going to make the woman look like a hoe and this and all that. They have no other evidence, right? And he'll probably cash out. And Bill will go back to his mansion, zip-zap, zip-a-doing around, you know what I mean? With Camille Cosby, with her small-ass glasses, they're tiny in her head. And the most ride-or-die chick ever. And he'll be zip-zap, zip-a-dabbing around, raping again on a fucking hoverboard. And I mean, while Barack Obama is going to be traveling with security, hoping he doesn't get shot. That's when they're going to kill Barack Obama. Not now, when he's goddamn in Hawaii on a boogie board. Some Hawaiian guy, a white guy dressed like a Hawaiian is going to shoot him in the head, you know, with a gun and a coconut or something like that. And he's going to be dead. So, there's
CIA shit.
They're going to kill Barack Obama. And then wait till you buy that plate at 3 in the morning. You know what I mean?
I saw a post actually years ago that pointed at that was actually a funny thing. The reason why Barack Obama is president was so that they had a blackface in the White House as the powers that be were retaking over areas of Africa and the Middle East to make it go down.
I would believe that everything, because it feels like, you know, there's always these people that be like, stay woke and understand, right?
Yeah.
I think there's so many things that probably have been put past us, but because we understand we turn this guy into, he's bigger than a person, he's a product, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely.
He's a brand. There you go. Good branding. All right. Well, rounding out my last question, my personal question is: do you feel you suffer from Harvey Pekar syndrome? And Harvey Pekar syndrome,
you know, guy from
American Splendor.
Yeah.
Okay. In the movie,
I knew that too.
He knows his white people.
I know my white.
Harvey Pekar is a writer of a comic book, American Splendor.
Yeah.
And
all the characters look like Iris Benson.
Yeah. That's a comedian, local comedian.
You understand?
Yeah, that's a good point. In his life, he always worked as a file clerk. Didn't matter what he was doing, how successful his comic book was getting. He always worked and retired as a file clerk. And in the movie, it depicts something from his real life where he would wake up from nightmares, where he would have nightmares of where he didn't have a job, and he would wake up and reassure himself, "I have a job. I have a job."
Yeah.
So, do you feel that you suffer from Harvey Pekar syndrome in that you're never going to leave your day job to pursue stand-up comedy further?
Boy, this is hard because I know people at my job probably going to Google this. Can you like pixelate my face right now?
No one watches this show. We don't get more than 100 views.
You know the thing they used to do on Donnie? He would hit a shadow on me. People do wonder this about me because it's like I make posts about. I'll go ahead and say it could be fun. So I talk about my job. I talk about this. Look, here's the thing about it. I'm not rich, right? And I'm not rich. And I'm working class poor, right? I'm trying to just put my hours in, keep trying to maintain everything, right? And a lot of comics won't do this because a lot of times, all younger comics out there, they'll take these OGs and be like, "Don't talk about your age or where you get a job."
Fuck that.
Because because the people, look, man, if you're people in the crowds know you have a job. You know what I mean? Unless you're killing so hard and at such a pro level, they might assume. It's like this, man. Of course, I'd love to be out there. like making a real consistent amount of money, not this scrappy stuff.
Not scraping by in the.
Because you guys understand this, people that watch comedy and people are starting, you only get $25, $50 to open, right? $75 to feature. If you're a headliner, it varies. That's not money. You know what I'm saying? Every 2 weeks I get my goddamn check. I put it at Wells Fargo. I get my insurance. I pay my little Verizon bill that's high as my cholesterol right now and shit. And I got it going until I can make so when I transition. Because I don't want to. Because sidebar, I don't want this whole thing where you see these guys, whether they're especially younger guys, they can go ahead to LA or New York, another market, and they live in like, yo, I slept in a closet for 4 years, and there was a pipe that went in my right, the drips went in my right eye. You know what I mean? I had no health care, but now I'm on TV, and they get 1,000 likes on Facebook when they do a TV thing. Look, man, I'm about to go do CISO next month. That's the NBC thing. I'm about to go make my little debut in there. I'm doing a movie. I'm doing another movie. I got another TV thing I did for things are happening.
And he still has a job.
Still have a job because I need money.
And you need material. You need a lot of material.
Bear, I'll say this because there might be a rich white guy looking right now. Maybe a rich black guy.
Not watching my show. No.
You never know, man. People are dirty like that.
Yeah,
man. They might type in like.
He does a lot of weird tags on the show, so yeah.
Dude, tags help. Tags, dude. Look, man. If you want to help me, because I need help, I'm on PayPal. Fuck with me. If you know me through Facebook, I make you laugh every day. I don't ask for nothing from none of y'all. But fuck, pay for some, help me, send me $10.
A comedy sugar daddy, if you will.
Or
sugar mama.
Sugar mama, sugar dad. No, hey, we're in San Francisco. I'm in San Francisco. Any of you gay guys out there? I'll do whatever. I mean, not involved in your dick. But look, hey, help me. Kaseem Bentley at Yahoo. Send me some Google Pay, Android Pay, PayPal. I'll even do Apple. Because I got an iPhone through my job. Help fuck with me. Send me $10. Send me some money, dog. No, I'm really, you know what? It sounds like jokes, but I'm serious. Send me some money. I make people laugh every day on Facebook.
It's a good point. Yeah, he's right. You do
I ask you to come to shows. You don't come to the shows, right? Yeah. I give away drink tickets. I give away free tickets. Pay me back. White people, reparations, slavery. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. Think about it. If you help me, I won't call you racist. Yeah. And I will lay off if enough white people. Hey, look, here's my goal for Black History Month. If someone can help pay my rent, which is $1,300, I will not talk about white people for 2016.
You heard it here.
Heard it here first. Kaseem Bentley, Kaseem Bentley at Yahoo.
Jamal Bentley.
Jamal Bentley, that's for the Gmail.
Yeah.
Pay my rent. $1,300. White people only. Black people, pay my Verizon bill. Alright? And I'll stop talking about fat women too. Fat women, I love y'all. I'm just trying to make sure you guys don't make fucked up decisions. Alright? Like dating Mean Dave, right? Doesn't that?
Hey. You do just fine.
No, but seriously, give me some money.
And we're back. All right. We are here with a wonderful Bay Area comedian who just rode, think about 8 blocks to get here out here in West Oakland. Please slap your hand flesh together for the amazing, hilarious Sean Mckenzie, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. Too kind. Thank you. I'd like to talk to you all about pornography, if I could. I'd like to start by saying I'm concerned about the youth of today. Kids these days are starting with RedTube. There is no way it's healthy for your first exposure to pornography to be all of the pornography. That can't be good for you. Like I started, I'm a little older than I look, I'm 31. When I started my internet journey, the internet porn was 100 free hours of AOL on a floppy disk. Internet was measured in time. You could run out of time to jerk off. When I started, it was a JPEG slowly loading. And then it would get to the eyes, and you would have to make a decision. Like, do I let this picture finish loading? Like, are these the eyes of a woman who's touching her vagina or something? And if I did let it load and it was a great picture, I would write down the URL because you can't bookmark porn on the one computer in the house in the kitchen. And this isn't, I'm not trying to come like some crotchety old man, like I had to walk uphill in the snow both ways to toss a load on yesterday's boxers. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to say it can't be healthy to start. Like I still, if I'm gonna jerk off, I still start by looking at still images of naked ladies. Because I can't just immediately go to, it's too much. You need some transition there. Like, it would not have helped me as a kid to know about foot fetishes. Right? Like, I was already wearing my t-shirt in the pool. I didn't need to wear shoes in there as well. You understand? Like, foot fetishes, if that's your thing, God bless you. I hope you get all the awkward foot jobs that your heart desires, alright? But it's something you're supposed to find out about later. Find out that there are other freaks like you. You shouldn't have a genre. You shouldn't have search terms at 12 years old. It should just be boobies. Alright? Like the genres out there. What do we got? We got, what's on RedTube? We got fat ladies farting on little people. We got contortionists urinating on the backs of their own heads. Mostly it's women that are being taken advantage of, pretending as though they're being taken advantage of. Why is that a genre? Like, you're already fucking her in the van. Is that not degrading enough? Do you need to pretend like you're not paying her also? Alright, thank you guys very much.
Fucking roll. I'm going to see Motorhead on Friday.
Alright.
Yes.
Get that going, man. That was smooth sailing. Just smooth talking. Sean Mckenzie didn't fuck up once during that fucking entire set. That was hot fire. It was such hot fire. We've got fire over here boiling on the stove. And that was that. I want to thank our guests, Kaseem Bentley, for stopping by and talking with us and making fun of us and getting back to Bart safely. I want to thank Sean Mckenzie for coming by here in the kitchen doing comedy set. I want to thank my producer JR once again for producing another kick-ass show. And we'll be back again with in the meantime with me and Dave next week or next couple weeks. I don't know when we'll film another episode. Who knows? You've been there, I've been here. Fuck off and have a great fucking day.
What were you